On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
To me, it depends on the man. You act like every tall man.
Okay, your man, they have the same skills.
Y'all act like
then why you getting mad at Anton? You know, for not defending.
Come on.
I don't know. We're gonna move on.
You have to answer the question.
We're acting like every tall man is so brave and whatever.
Okay,
it's just not the
as a woman. Who's going to feel more protected that they man can handle?
I would need to know more about the man.
No, they have the exact set. No guns.
We just talking about it in general. Without looking into anybody's personal background, whether they a black belt, whatever the case may be. Just in general.
Just looking at the aesthetics of it. Am I going to feel more protected? Am I going to feel more protected with my man that's 6'5" than you and your man that's your same height at 5'5"?
I'm not 5'5". I'm 5'3".
Okay.
But now
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. In fact, I asked Courtney what specifically she said that she disagreed with, and she kind of changed it up. She kind of backed down.
No, I didn't, Lee. No, I didn't. I said I didn't disagree with her, Lee.
Well, you first started by saying that you disagreed. First, you said you disagreed. That's why you jumped in.
I said I disagree with you.
With me, Kay was talking. I wasn't even talking.
Well, no, the only disagreement I had with you, with Kay, I added more context because I said I
can see when people start to
hold on, hold on, Lee. Drink that drink your latte. What I said with Kay, was that it's not that I disagree with her, but what I said is that to begin with, when a woman goes up to a man, when a man goes up to a woman, there's standards that we look at before we can get to their lifestyle, before we can get to what type their character. It's the very first impression. First impression of a man, and we look at them to provide and protect. It's the protection part that we look at. Women think protection is the size of a man. When we walk hand in hand in the mall and my man 6'5", I'm gonna feel very protected over him. I gotta look up at him and people have to look up to him. That makes me feel small, quite sweet, and protected.
That has nothing to do with lifestyle. I disagree with Kay on that part. I totally.
So that's what I'm saying. So Lee, you agree with me.
So hold on. Here's the thing, though.
I thought that we were having.
I gotta get to a mirror.
I thought that we were having a more.
Okay, I gotta get to a mirror.
I thought we were having like a deeper conversation. I thought we were talking.
Okay, we can circle back around. Let me get to. I want to get to a mirror, ladies.
I thought we were talking about how do we measure
ladies,
not just based off first
look.
Look.
Please.
I mean, if you want better answers, you gotta get better questions.
Okay, I got you. Amir, how do women measure if they can provide and protect? I'm sorry. And how does the man show that he can provide and protect?
So I had a little bit of help in finding my husband, but one of the things that I looked for when we were courting was signs of high testosterone from my man. I wanted my man to be a man, like very manly. And one of those signs of his high testosterone was a full beard, maybe a little balding spot, and height. His height, my husband is 6'2", and I'm not going to say that that didn't have an effect on me, on how I felt with him. It does make me feel more protected. And as for providing, when it came down to asking about my husband's career, what he does, it wasn't just what he did, but also his position and what he did. Example, if a person says, oh, I work in construction, they could be tilers, they could be painters, or they could be the boss of a construction company. So that mattered to me as well. So not only his profession, but where he stands in his profession. Is he in management? Does that show that he is a leader, that he can lead a group? That's what I looked for when I found my husband.
Okay.
Very concise, direct. Okay.
Anton, I know you're not talking after that soliloquy that you gave earlier.
Listen, I can give it back. You see that?
Yeah,
you see how that happened?
Yeah, okay, let's go, okay.
You must have drunk some tea with honey in it.
The attorney is a grown man. Stop trying to.
Who mentioned the lead? What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, you're always like, see what Kay is doing. Like, what are you doing?
What?
I just get drug into stuff over here.
I don't even know what she's talking about right now. I'm confused.
Mm-hmm. Well,
hey, Did everybody answer the question?
Can I just say one more thing?
No, but I don't even want to answer the question right now. I'm good.
One more thing.
Go ahead, Kay, and then we're gonna move on. Go ahead.
Okay. So if we're talking about how someone can measure and how does a man show that he can protect and provide, like, I'm just so, I guess I find it really strange that women will say, you know, if he's not tall, he must not be able to protect. Like, I just don't get that shallow
That's
level
not
of
what they
thinking.
said.
No one said that, Kay.
I'm not saying, no, I'm saying I don't get how you're like, oh, if he's big, that's how I determine. What? That was what two people said. They talked about height, bald spots, beards. They talked about all these. And Anton, the fact that you're defending this and you're like my height is very strange.
Here we go.
I was talking about testosterone.
And then, I get that. And there's nothing wrong with you being around my height.
Who got a problem? I'm chopping down. Anyway, the point is
but
that
I'm saying, if
regardless,
you're short,
the thing that I'm defending is that it's
defending this tall man thing is weird. And I'm just wondering why you're doing
What's wrong with chicks wanting tall dudes? I don't care. That's not affecting me.
It's okay.
I don't have a problem with girls that want tall. The point that we're making
anybody
is
wants anybody they want. Preference. It's okay. I have no problem with that.
Okay, can you please stop over talking me so I can actually say something?
Go ahead.
So the point that I'm making is that it's fine if girls or whatever, for people to have preferences. If Courtney says, okay, can you please? If Courtney says, this is what I feel like when I'm with a guy that's this height. If Amira says, this is what I looked for, how can you sit there and go back and do a whole analyzation on why it doesn't make sense for them to have this preference at all? How does that have any kind of... Go ahead.
There's no problem.
You can't stop.
No problem. I can't. I'm sorry. There's no problem with the preference.
Sorry, keep going.
There's no. I said I can't. I'm sorry.
You can. You can stop. You can stop. I'm gonna mute you.
No. Okay. Well, at that time,
I mean,
guys have preferences all the time. They want a specific type of woman. Now, that does not mean that they won't give up some things to get other things, so on and so forth. Or when a woman gets to know a guy, his ability to be able to provide extensively more than maybe this other guy that may be taller or whatever, or he may be more aligned spiritually. Like, things are going to evolve as you continue to get to know people and they align with whatever your preferences are or whatever, so on and so forth. But it's okay for people to have a standard by which they look to evaluate whether or not somebody meets this, and this, and how far they either willing to go or lower or whatever, so on and so forth. It's nothing wrong with people having preferences. I don't understand that.
Nothing.
So what are you debating? What do you got a problem
I'm
with?
not debating. Okay, this is what I'm saying, and I think this is what's getting lost. The question was about how can you tell if a man can protect and provide. Looking at a tall man and seeing, oh, he's tall, is a very shallow way to say that that man is able to protect and provide.
To you,
it is
like that's just their opinion, Kay.
Right.
That's just their opinion, right? So they're entitled to, right? They're entitled to.
They are.
If I see a woman and she's 120 pounds versus I see this chick and she's 300 pounds, I'm gonna look to her to be a little bit more feminine and take, you know what I'm saying? That's just instinctively, I'm going to look for that. I don't understand.
That's perfectly fine. I'm just saying for me, because this is all about opinions. I'm not saying anyone's wrong. If you want to be like, oh, he's tall, he must be a good provider, let's get married. Fine, that's on you. But my
see how she conflates answers. You see how she try to mix it up to try
Anton,
this is so disingenuous, bro.
Hold on. I got it. So let's just say me and you with our men, quote unquote, are walking down the street, right? And my man is 6'5". Your man is 5'6". And he steps on my man's foot. And my man look at your man and be like, what's up? Who you think gonna get I'm just by looking at it. Now, not saying I'm not no weapons or whatever. But are you going to feel more comfortable that your man is going to be able to compete with someone a whole foot taller? or I'm going to feel more comfortable. My man be like, oh, he got this.
Kay doesn't see height.
No, I
answer the question.
I see height, but my
who's going to feel more protected?
To me, it depends on the man. You act like every tall man.
Okay, your man, they have the same skills.
So then why you getting mad at Anton, for not defending?
Come on.
I don't know. We're going to move on.
You have to answer the question.
We're acting like every tall man is so brave and whatever.
Okay.
It's just not the
case.
As
a woman, who's going to feel more protected that they man can handle?
I would need to know more about the man.
No, they have the exact set. No guns.
We just talking about it in general. Without looking into anybody's personal background, whether they're a black belt, whatever the case may be. Just in general.
Just looking at the aesthetics of it. Am I going to feel more protected? Am I going to feel more protected with my man that's 6'5" than you and your man that's your same height at 5'5"?
I'm not 5'5". I'm 5'3".
Okay.
But